In this video, I am going to rant about quitting my job, talk about the big plans that I have, planned for the future of this channel, as well as address some minor housekeeping things that you may not have known about. If you're here for that, great. If you're not, if you're here for learning how to tie a knot in a cherry stem with your tongue or something, you're in the wrong place. I'm EposVox, here to make tech easier and more fun, today with a channel update, letting you guys know what's going on with the channel. If you've paid any attention to my social media or even my Twitch stream titles lately, you'll know that I recently quit my job with freedom. Now, before you get confused asking, well, I thought you were a full-time YouTuber, I did put up this video sometime in 2014, I believe, declaring that I was a full-time YouTuber now, because in my mind, for that time, I basically achieved my dreams. That was mid-2014. I was able to quit my job at Staples Easy Tech, which was probably the best retail job that I had of my stretch of retail jobs leading up to that point. I was still in college. I got to quit that job and work from home. Aside from going to school, I got to work from home working for Freedom, which is the MCN that I was a part of and worked for. It went pretty well for that first year, but then every year since then, and I've continued to work for them since then, has just gotten worse and worse and worse. They're a decent network. I'm not here to bash the network or tell anyone to not go join their network or anything like that. I'm tired of seeing freedom is a scam videos and things like that, as it's not. But I do have some slightly controversial opinions on joining MCNs in the first place, which I will now be more free to share. But as a company, working for them, not a pleasant experience. From my experience, from the experience of dozens of employees that I've known who worked for them that got fired or had to quit due to similar circumstances, eventually my time came. I didn't expect it to be to this point yet, and so I spent the past couple weeks being under a ton of stress, because that was a huge portion, that was my rent and partial bill paying paycheck that is now just gone. But I have traded that for a ridiculous amount of freedom. And for the past few days, this whole weekend, I've been super productive and finally realizing that I am free of that job, and it's re-energized me. I am super stoked. So I knocked out a few new projects, including a few big videos that were looming over me that I had promised for a long time. I did a tour of my office, my workspace that you see behind me, as well as my video studio, which is where I normally shoot videos. Got both of those tours knocked out, and I've put a ton of effort over the past couple weeks into my big tutorial course releases. So I have a full new refresh of the OBS Studio tutorial course with a lot of little advanced tricks that I've learned over the past couple years. I'm working on, since my overall job and title and training was basically to be the top level YouTube consultant involved in this network, I previously worked on a YouTube training course that I didn't really get to go anywhere with, that I am repackaging and I will be essentially selling if you are interested in purchasing a content package to really grow your channel and grow your brand. A lot of good information in there, and you will hear more about that in the coming weeks or months, depending on where I get to in those stages. I'm going to be doing some big rehauls with the studio, which is why I wanted to go ahead and get a studio tour together. And I'm going full force into doing one-on-one YouTube consulting work as well. Again, this is what I did for the network. This is what I did a lot on my own already. I'm YouTube certified. I'm Hootsuite certified. I've worked with a lot of channels. I've worked with a couple networks now. I feel confident in helping people grow their channels. So if you're interested in that, I will be doing some paid sessions for that as well. As far as actual content goes, again, I'm working on a new big refresh of the OBS Studio course. I have some new editing videos I'm excited to work on, both for Premiere Pro. I've got a couple for Vegas, and then I have some for Adobe Premiere Elements as well, since it's a cheaper option. And people keep requesting, sorry, if hair flew up into my face. That's what happens when you live with a cat. I've had a ton of requests to do videos on the cheaper options or the free options, so I am finally looking into those. I want to do a video editing on my laptop challenge, since no one wants to believe me that I can't do it efficiently, so we're going to do that. Plenty of reviews, plenty of tutorials. I basically have a 7-day-a-week non-stop schedule of videos that if I had the possibility to produce, I would be able to release for the next year. I have so much content planned, and I just feel so much more free to be able to do it. On top of the content schedule, if you were unaware, I have been streaming on Twitch, game streaming, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, around 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. Eastern Time, This will continue indefinitely into the future. Every once in a while on a Tuesday, Thursday, or weekend day, I may pop on both YouTube and Twitch, or just Twitch, to do some editing live streams. Those have been going very well. I've loved chatting with you all, hanging out with you. If you're interested in those, keep an eye out on Twitch, twitch.tv/EposVox. Go give me a follow. We are pushing our way to 1,000 followers, and I am super grateful and stoked for that milestone. That's pretty big, and we've been hitting it very quickly with the streaming on Twitch, and I would love to see more of you out there chatting with me as I play some video games. I have 2 new ways you can get in contact with me, and this is both for businesses. This first one's both for businesses or fans, subscribers, however you prefer to be called. And the second one is just for you all. First and foremost, I have a P.O. Box now. It is P.O. Box 459, zip code 47131. If companies want to send me stuff without having to go through the usual email roundabout, go right ahead. If you guys want to send in, this is always weird for me to feel like addressing fan art or letters or anything like that. I'm just a person, and I've never been comfortable asking for that sort of thing. But I know this is a thing people do, so I have a P.O. Box. Information is in the description of every video now. If you want to send something to it for whatever reason, unless it's like a bomb, feel free. It's there. It's anonymized, so protects me a little bit. Has a place that you can send stuff. It's there. Alternatively, I also now have a public chat room in my Discord server. I've been asked for this a million bajillion times, so the invite link is also in the description of every video now if you want to come hang out and chat. I can't promise I'm going to be available 24/7. I can't promise I will respond to your every message, and if you spam like crazy, you might be kicked out. But it is an option available. We've got a small little community there now. If you want to join it, invite link down there. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, so VidMe, which is a YouTube alternative sort of that I've been using. It's another video sharing website that I've been using for a while now, has introduced sub buttons like on Twitch, where you can pay a certain amount each month to subscribe to that person and get a couple extra benefits. The benefits haven't gone into effect on VidMe yet, but it's kind of like the Patreon kind of thing where you get, it's another fan funding alternative. So both VidMe and I now have a GameWisp account. If you want alternatives for fan funding aside from Patreon, you can now contribute in both of those, as well as in-stream donations or super chat whenever I do a YouTube stream. Again, not requesting it of any of you. Paying my bills is my responsibility, but I have always used fan funding for awesome, extra enhancements to the channel or things I can do with it. So if you want I try to make as many alternatives available as possible so you have freedom of choice. So you now have the stream tips, the GameWisp subscription, VidMe subscription, Patreon subscription. Don't have a Twitch sub button yet, and YouTube just killed off normal fan funding. But I do have those options available. So if you're interested, there are those. And if you're interested in just watching me on VidMe instead of YouTube, it's there as well. They'll start introducing advertisements there soon anyway. And overall, that's mainly it. I just wanted to check in with you guys. I'm approaching 60,000 subscribers. We've grown quite a lot in the past couple months. The channel has been doing amazing. Now, we've had the issue of the top advertisers pulling out of YouTube, and that's actually hurt my channel a lot. Not as much as apparently some people, as some people are losing literally 75% of their income, which is terrifying to think about. I'm not there yet, but it's hit me pretty hard. But as far as actual views and subscribers and commenting and engaging with you all, it's been one of the best months. The past 30 days or so has been one of the best months I've ever had on this channel. And I am super grateful for you all for that. As far as finances go, this is probably the scariest month to have quit my job because of the earnings thing. But as far as support and getting, having a rewarding experience with the channel, this has been one of the best months. And so I am so appreciative for you guys for that. I can't believe where I've come in terms of the past couple years. Actually, the past 4 years since I've been working for freedom up to quitting at this point. How far I've come in both YouTube, life, everything. It's been crazy, and I'm super grateful for you all for your support and for making this happen. I have some really kick-ass content planned. I've got big full courses on top of normal videos. I'm super stoked to just dedicate to this work. Come hang out with me in the streams. Come watch the future videos. Check out the studio and office setup tours if you haven't seen them already. Maybe go follow me on one of the other pages I mentioned. Send something to my P.O. Box. Whatever. I want to hear from you. Otherwise, I'm EposVox. Thank you so much for watching. I am wearing a System 76 shirt, so if you want a Linux computer, go check out System 76. They're a sponsor and supporter of this channel, and I've appreciated working with them as well. That's about it. I will be doing some more sponsored Plex and TubeBuddy videos coming very soon. Super stoked to be working with both of those companies. Great companies to work with and great products that I regularly endorse. Normal product reviews, I've got products out the wazoo that I'm always behind on reviews, but I'm getting there. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.